YouTube, how we doing, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to our return to glory. Now, I know it has been quite some time since we have checked in on the Chicago Bulls and we have done anything that has to do with our return to glory, but there is a reason for that. I've had a lot going on in my life over the last, I don't know, 3 months, and I just have not had time to sit down and record. Now, we're just going to dive right into this today because I don't really have much to set up, because in the last video we did all of our off-season stuff, and we're diving into the new season with a bunch of like babies. Okay, we got a bunch of baby Bulls on this team, so I'm just gonna hop over here and show you the rotation real quick, and then we'll start simming and maybe jump into a few games if we need to. Alright, so this is what our rotation looks like right now. We've got Lonzo Ball, Dylan Harper, Josh Giddey, Jalen Smith, Zach Edey. Off the bench, we got Luke Cornett, Buzelis, Isaiah Joe, Josh Green, Boogie Fland, and Trey Jones. We are running an 11-man rotation here, and then of course, you know, we got Jackson Hayes, John Conchar, Torrey Craig on the bench, just as, you know, if injuries happen, which they will because they always do, we got these guys way down on the end of the bench to step up if they need to. I don't foresee them getting much PT, and honestly, I think that Trey Jones is a trade candidate. If Trey Jones can put up some decent numbers, if his per 36 stats look pretty good, we may try and move him here in the first month or so of the season. So I think what I want to do is go ahead and simulate through the month of November, so all the way through November 30th. We will simulate this whole first like month and 2 weeks or month and a week or whatever it is of the season, and the only thing that I want to do in this video, it should be a shorter video, is jump in and watch like maybe half of our in-season tournament games. What I may do is just simulate to those games and then do like a simcast, and if the game's super close, we can jump in. I'm not going to play any today. I'm just going to watch and see how the players react to each other on the court, see how everybody meshes together, and see if the baby Bulls have got what it takes to, you know, become the next dynasty in Chicago. So we're going to go ahead and start the simulation, and then we'll stop it here at November 7th. All right, so here we are, 3 weeks into the season. We are 7 games into the season. We're 5-2, so that's pretty good. Let's go check out some stats real quick. Yeah, so our leading scorer right now is Dylan Harper at 15.3 points a game. Leading assist man, I'm sorry, that was rebounds. Leading assist man is also Dylan Harper. Leading rebounder, Zach Edey. Let's see, how's Dylan Harper doing? I mean, field goal percentage ain't bad. 3-point percentage is abysmal. That's absolutely terrible. Attempting 4 a game, making less than 1 a game. So that's not what you like to see. Let's see, Boogie Fland. How's Boogie Fland doing? Because he's the other guy that we're very interested in here. Playing 15 minutes a game, putting up 9 points per game in 15 minutes. We may have to bump up Boogie Fland's minutes, because if he's putting up, you know, 9 points in 15 minutes, let's look at his per 36. His per 36 would be 21 points a game and 6 assists effectively, shooting 55% from 3. Like, I'm partial because I'm an Arkansas kid, but like Boogie Fland, I feel like has got to work his way higher up into the rotation. All right, so simcasting here against the Pacers. Hopefully we get ourselves a good game we can jump into and watch a little bit of. Shout out Diet Coke. All right, so first quarter, it's looking like a pretty tight game. In-season tournament game. Well, it's definitely a tight game because it was tied after 1 quarter. Can we stretch this lead out and take advantage of the second quarter? It's looking like it's still going to stay pretty close. Third quarter, still a very, very tight ball game. Low scoring ball game, it seems like. All right, they are kind of making a run on us here in the third quarter. We're going to need to really pick it up here in the fourth if we want any chance of winning this game. Fourth quarter rolls around. Let's get out to a hot start. That's what we needed. It's a good hot start here in the fourth quarter. All right, so it is a 1-point game with 3 minutes left. I'm going to go ahead and jump into this game, but again, I'm not playing. I'm just going to watch the game. All right, here we go. 3 minutes left in this in-season tournament game. Inbound to Luke Cornett, right back to Buzelis. Cross to Trey Jones, setting up a little offense here. Nice double screen. Good take by Trey. I think that might have been blocked. Sounds like it was blocked. Got to get back on defense, boys. It's a 1-point game. Pascal is making a drive, making a move. Good defense. Oh, that was such good defense till right there at the end. All right, maybe Pascal will miss one of these. First one's good. How's the second one, Pascal? Second one's good. All right, so we got ourselves a 3-point game. Looks like we got starters back on the floor. Lonzo trying to run something here. Setting up against Halliburton. Nice pass over to Jalen Smith, but that's not the guy you want coming off a screen there. That's the guy you want coming off a screen there. But, again, he's shooting like 15% from 3, so maybe that's not the guy you want coming off a screen there. Good defense by Zoe. Good board. All right, move the ball down the floor. We may have to mess with some settings and like tell him to play with a little bit more pace, because it seems like every time we get down the floor, we're just stalling out and trying to set up an offense. Good defense by Edie. All right, we got to get points here. Attack, Zoe. Good screen. Pull up. Come on, guys. We're getting good looks. We haven't made a shot since I turned on the game. We just have not made a shot. All right, Dylan Harper against Tyrese Halliburton here. We got to get a stop. And we didn't get a stop, and it wasn't even Halliburton that did it. It was Andrew Nimhard, because we just had lackadaisical coverage on the wing. That's not great. All right, back out to Giddey. Good screen. All right, we finally got a bucket. Stop the bleeding a little bit. We've got to get a stop here. We have to get a stop. Giddey's got 17, it looks like. Good defense. Maybe it wasn't good defense. Maybe he just missed a shot. I don't really know. Push it. There we go. What? I mean, again, we're getting the shots that we want. We're just not... We're not converting the shots once we get the opportunity. This we got to get a bucket. Got to get a bucket. How cool is this floor, by the way? The in-season tournament really overdid themselves. He should have shot the 3 when he caught it. I mean, when he caught that ball on the wing, he should have shot the 3. I don't know what he's doing. All right, boys. I think this one might be over. I think we might have lost to the Pacers, which is fine, because again, like, we're a very young team. We got a lot of growing room, but there's just some key mistakes that I saw even here just in the last 3 minutes of this fourth quarter. Very tightly contested game throughout the whole time, so I mean, I'm happy about that. Good double, but I mean, we're gonna leave Benedict Mathurin open in the corner. All right. Go get a bucket. We may have to try and figure out something about Dylan Harper's shooting. Maybe set a mentor or something for him to work on some shooting badges, because, I mean, shooting, what was it, 15% I think it was from 3? Like, that's... I don't think that's acceptable. Like, something's got to be done about that. All right, well, good defense, but then you give up a board, so... That's going to be it. That's going to be the ball game, unfortunately. We fell to the Pacers by 7 here in our first in-season tournament game. It is what it is. All right, unfortunate loss there in our first in-season or NBA Cup game, whatever you want to call it. So let's go ahead and simulate through this game to get to our next NBA Cup game, which is against the Knicks. Now, before we do this one, though, I am going to go to the coach game plan and excuse me, I'm going to take away some of Josh Green's minutes, get him down to like 10, and I'm going to bump Boogie Fland up in the rotation. And we're going to let Boogie Fland hopefully get about 20 minutes this game, and maybe, just maybe, he'll be a spark that we need to kind of get some buckets late when we need them. I do not think that this game against the Knicks is going to be as tightly contested as the one against the Pacers, but we'll see. So let's jump into the simcast. All right, through one, actually pretty tightly contested. Going into the second quarter, still holding on to a narrow lead, but we definitely did not perform quite as well in the second quarter as we did in the first quarter. That is for sure. Our defense in the second quarter was absolutely abysmal. 42 points by the Knicks in the second quarter. It's unacceptable. Third quarter, more of the same. I mean, they're just... I wonder who it is. I bet it's Jalen Brunson. I mean, obviously, Jalen Brunson is the guy, but, like, I bet Cat is just killing us on the inside. I mean, look at that. 42 points and then 34 points in back-to-back quarters. We need something crazy to happen here. We need a big run here in the fourth quarter. And, I mean, they're matching us bucket for bucket here. We got 3 minutes left, and it's a 16-point game. So, unfortunately, we do drop 2 NBA Cup games in a row. So, our chances of moving forward are very slim, if not zero. All right, heading into our next NBA Cup game against the Detroit Pistons. They are 6-11. We are 7-6. Both teams are very, very mid at this point, but maybe we can get a win here. Pretty good first quarter. 32 points put up in the first quarter. More of the same here in the second. We got to get better on defense. I mean, I really don't think that we could just have, we can't give up 30-point quarters and expect to win the game. Holding on to a narrow lead here, though, so that's good. I don't know what our issue has been as far as getting buckets. I mean, maybe the fact that we have Lonzo Ball and Josh Giddey both on the floor and they're both kind of pass-first guys. Maybe we need to do something about that and address that. I don't really know. We do have a lot of good guard play on this team, though, so... All right, well, it is looking like we're getting our first NBA Cup win here against the Detroit Pistons. Let's go ahead and check that box score and see who it was. I mean, are we really surprised at this point? I've been saying it the whole time. I've been preaching the gospel of Boogie Fland, okay? Boogie Fland in 15 minutes puts up 19 points and 6 assists on 6 of 9 shooting. That's pretty great, if we're being honest. He had a plus 18 in the plus minus. Jackson Hayes getting some run. That's good to see. Trey Jones not really doing much. Again, maybe we look to move him here at the end of this video. Isaiah Joe doing absolutely nothing for us. I wanted Isaiah Joe for his shooting, and he went 1 for 8 from the three-point line this game in a win, but nonetheless. Lonzo doing absolutely nothing for us. Torrey Craig got that 1 rebound in 1 minute of PT. Shout out Torrey Craig. Zach Edey's hurt again. This may be something that we have to address because he's been hurt twice so far and we've played a month. So something to keep an eye on. We did get a win here. We are 9-7, so we are over 500, which is good. Our chemistry is 100, which is good. Our fan interest is 100 because we're the Chicago Bulls. Of course, our fan interest is 100. Let's go into this last NBA Cup game. Actually, let's go look at the NBA Cup standings real quick. I don't think we're going to make it. Yeah, there's no way that we're going to make it at 2-2 because the Knicks and the Pacers are both 3-1, and their point differential is absolutely absurd. So we're not going to make it, but we might as well simcast the game, and hopefully we get a win. Either way, we're not making it to the bracket play. Hawks are low-key pretty good this season, though. I think it said that they were 12-6, so we'll see if something crazy happens here. Looks like we got ourselves a pretty tight game. Maybe it'll stay tight in the fourth quarter and we can jump in and watch some action. It's looking like it might be a pretty close game. All right, with 5 minutes left, it's a 5-point game. I'm going to go ahead and jump in just so that we get a little bit more gameplay action and it's not just me talking over a simulation the whole time. All right, who's this at the free throw line? Is that Scottie Pippen Jr.? Scottie Pippen Jr., he does not play for the Hawks in real life, so that's fun. He plays for my favorite team, the Memphis Grizzlies, or I guess my second favorite team, the Memphis Grizzlies. Shout out Celtics. All right, Scottie, show me what you got. Makes the second one. Let's go get a bucket. Dylan Harper running the offense is not really what I expected to happen when I constructed this team, if I'm being honest. But I'm not mad at it. I mean, Dylan Harper's a really talented guy. Like, maybe his three-point shooting is picked up. We should have looked at stats. After this game, we'll go look at the stats and see how everything's shaping up after a month so far for our baby Bulls. Speaking of baby Bulls, how freaking sick is this court? Like, the NBA Cup courts, I know I said it already in this video, but the NBA Cup courts are just so freaking cool. All right, I think Scottie Pippen Jr. just hit a step-back fadeaway three over Lonzo Ball. That's not his game. If anybody has watched the Memphis Grizzlies at all this season, you know that that's not his game. Jalen Smith shooting a three. We don't love that. We don't love that. I mean, look, we knew that this team was not going to come in and be a, championship contending team. We knew this team wasn't going to come in and win the NBA Cup, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, we're seeing progress. We're seeing Dylan Harper knock down shots. We're seeing Boogie Flange do big things. We're seeing, ooh, that would have been really cool. We're seeing Zach Edey, like, get rebounds and mostly get hurt at this point. But, like, the guys are doing what we need them to do, and that bodes well for the future. All right. I got to make sure that this is Scottie Pippen Jr. because this dude's going off. Yeah, Scottie Pippen Jr. is just, he's ripping us right now. He's absolutely ripping us right now. 8-point game with 3.5 to play. Gonna have to make something happen. And see, we keep throwing it to Jalen Smith. We keep giving Jalen Smith live grenades. Like this, that is not a strategy for success. It's good defense to stop the fast break. Don't love the foul, but it is what it is. Ricochet misses the first. Will he miss the second? No, he doesn't miss the second. 9-point game. I'm really curious as to why Josh Giddey's not on the floor. Maybe he got hurt, but that's not a good sign. There you go. Ooh, should have shot that when he caught it. Josh Green's a guy who can do that. I don't like this. Grenade for Lonzo Ball in the corner. In good coverage. That's not what you like to see. Come on. D up. Now, Lonzo on Scottie Pippen Jr., just that needs to be a matchup that we're winning. And from what we've watched, that's not a matchup that we're winning. All right, Zoe. Go get it. Nope. Okay. All right, Dylan. Hey. That could have been better, but that could have been a lot worse, too. So, at least we got a shot off. And then Jalen Johnson, doing Jalen Johnson type stuff. I'm afraid this one's over as well. Dylan Harper just can't make anything, and Jalen Smith just keeps shooting threes. Hey, Luke Cornett's out here, though. Luke Cornett's out here doing his thing. The whole reason we even got Luke Cornett was just for rebounds. And for that crazy contest, the double hands from 8 feet away. Love that dude. Good defense there. Now make it count. Good move. And then we do that. I mean, good little crossover to get the step, and then we end up doing that. Like, what are we doing here, Dylan? What are we doing? I mean, you're a rookie. I'll give you some leeway. I'll cut you some slack. But, like, terrible defense there, too, by Dylan Harper as well. But Zoe should have shot that. Hey, I like that. I like that. Isaiah Joe over there playing the guitar on the bench. You see that? All right, so we may have a fighting chance here. If we can get a stop here, we may have a... What was that? That's absolute insanity. Ricochet hits the first one. And hits the second one. And we're going to call a timeout like we have any chance at all to get back into this game. and let him miss a layup. I've not been impressed with Dylan Harper so far. You know who I have been impressed with? Boogie Fland. Am I partial? Absolutely I am. But also, do the stats back it up? Absolutely they do. Dylan Harper's not played well, and he's shooting an abysmal percentage from the three-point line. So he got to grow. Got to grow up. All right, this game's over. All right, so the in-season tournament is officially over. We did miss the bracket play, of course. Wow, Atlanta ended up being the 1 seed in our group. That's crazy. We went 1-3 in bracket play. It's not great, but it is what it is. I knew that we weren't like a contending team with this roster, so I was just hoping that maybe we could have some kind of magic here in November and make something cool happen. We're gonna go ahead and sim through the end of November, like I said that we would. Zach Edey is back. Imagine that. Have computer adjust rotation. And we win here on November 30th. Let's take a look at who it was. Wow, Josh Green doing big things. Boogie Fland, wow, did play 20 minutes, only had 9 points, but 6 assists. That's not bad. Dylan Harper with 14, 8, and 8. Not bad either. Let's go take a look at the stats, and then we might make a trade and shake some things up right here at the end of November, because I'm thinking that Trey Jones needs to go. Genuinely, like, I'm not even just saying that because I love Boogie Fland. I genuinely think that Trey Jones, like, I mean, 4 points per game in 13 minutes, that's unacceptable. Boogie Fland is playing 16 minutes, giving you 11 points per game. So I think Trey Jones, I think his time in Chicago is up, even though his time in Chicago just started in real life and in our simulation here. But points per game leaders, Dylan Harper. Rebound leader, of course, is going to be Zach Edey. Assist leader is Zoe at only 5. That's a little strange that he's only averaging 5. Steal leader is John Conchar. Wow, that's crazy. He's only played 16 minutes this whole season. So the actual steals leader is Lonzo at almost 2. Field goal percentage, Zach Edey, of course, is leading that. Let's see, Dylan Harper is shooting 43%. That's not great, but that's not terrible. 3-point percentage is atrocious. That's miserable. Who's our best 3-point shooter right now? You guys see the name? Am I right or am I right? He's shooting a higher percentage than Isaiah Joe, who is literally on this team to shoot threes. Now, granted, he's only taking 3 a game, and Isaiah Joe's taking 5 a game. Isaiah Joe's on the team to shoot threes. Let's just look at Boogie Fland's numbers right now. That's his per 36. Nope, that's the wrong button, Joshua. All right, so his career stats right now, he's averaging 10.8, 2, and 3 on pretty good shooting splits. Like, I won't lie, those are decent shooting splits in 17 minutes a game. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and move Trey Jones here at the end of November and like lock in Boogie Fland as that backup point guard. I think that might be the only move that we make right now, because again, we are over 500, but we got a lot of guard play here. And so if we can move Trey Jones for something valuable, like, you know, another a guy who could stretch the floor a little bit better than Jalen Smith can, or a future pick, I'm all for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and go do a little bit of looking in the trade finder, and then I'll let you know if I find something. All right, here we go. Same trade. Make this trade. Bada bing, bada boom. Memphis Grizzlies agreed to your deal. Let's go over here and rebuild the lineup real quick. Now we basically just plug and play Santi Aldama for Jalen Green, and we're pretty good to go. We upgraded power forward position. He can do everything that Jalen Green or Jalen Smith can, and he's better at it. Josh Giddey is hurt right now, so that kind of sucks. That means that John Conchar and Jackson Hayes are getting minutes because, you know, why wouldn't they? That makes perfect sense. How many people do we have on this? Oh, we got 14. Okay. Yeah. So once Josh Giddey gets back, everything's going to be sorted out. Everything's going to be fine. We'll be perfectly fine here. We did give up 2 rotational players for 1 in return, so I'm going to go over to bench depth and shorten that to 10. And we're going to stick with just a 10-man rotation here so that when Josh Giddey comes back, Jackson Hayes is no longer getting any PT. I do think I want Buzelis to play 20 minutes a game and Boogie Flan to play like 24. And yeah, that looks good to me. I want Boogie Flan to be the 6th man. Am I crazy for that? Maybe, but that's the way that we're going to do it. Yeah, so that's what our roster is looking like right now. Lonzo, Dylan Harper, Josh Green, Santi Aldama, Zach Edey, Boogie Flan, Luke Cornett, Isaiah Joe, Buzelis, Jackson Hayes, John Conchar, Torrey Craig, Cam Spencer, and Josh Giddey, who is currently hurt. But I got to be honest with you guys. Through a month of the season, we are over 500, which is much better than anticipated, if I'm being completely honest. And we got a lot to look forward to with these baby Bulls. So I can't wait to see what the future holds, and I hope that you guys can either. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.